Welcome to the Jennifer J. Hammond Podcast. Jennifer is a licensed realtor, educator, speaker, and best-selling author. Jennifer's goal is to help you find your yay in every day. Jennifer is grateful for the opportunity to educate, empower, and inspire you with powerful conversations, insights, and new viewpoints. Here's your host, Jennifer J. Hammond.
This is Jennifer Hammond, and I'm so excited. I have Loren Michaels Harris with me today. Yay! So first of all, well, welcome, Loren. I love you. You're so awesome. And I love the fact that so I want to tell people a little bit about you that don't know you. So let me go to your formal bio and explain a little bit about Loren Michaels Harris. You may have seen him. I'm going to say this first. You may have seen him on YouTube. He has some very famous YouTubes, and I love his music videos. So I highly recommend you put in his name, Loren Michaels Harris, and then look up all his songs. One of my favorites is Turn It Around. Yay! And we'll make sure we'll find a way. I don't know if we can we add it to this? Maybe we can. We'll see. Anyway, I don't know the magic of editing and rights and whatever we do. But anyway, Loren Michaels Harris, he strives to motivate, inspire, and uplift every person that crosses his path. He shows those who want to know that while life is full of challenges, and I think all of us would agree, oh my gosh, the year 2020 was so full of challenges. And now that we're in the year 2021, we're still going to have challenges. It's not like it all is gone. We all have challenges. It is our challenges that provide opportunity. Loren loves his creator, books, music, and all things of beauty. He loves being creative and says, I love me. Yay! In addition to his current album, Turn It Around, which is what I was just saying, I love this song. As a former foster child, Loren is the host of a daily morning talk show, Bathrobe Moments. And I love his show. By the way, I've been very blessed to be a guest, yay, on his show. And I'm coming back, yay. But he's also, he's been featured in E360 TV network and was named one of the top 4 live stream shows to watch in 2020 by Allure Magazine. Loren strives to give hope to all those who are desperate to break through various, and he puts it in quotes, glass ceilings of their lives. As a mentor, a breakthrough coach, message discovery coach, author, and friend, Loren believes that we all are a part of the ripple effect and that it is his duty to create a ripple with his story that will reach around the globe. So I formally say, welcome, Loren. Yay!
And I formally say thanks for having me.
Oh my gosh, it's so much fun to have you. I love the fact that you do, a morning show. Go ahead. What were you saying?
Nothing. That's Ethel, one of our cats, Ethel and Lucy, and she's got her baby, so she makes this weird noise. I'm sorry.
That's great. Okay. Oh my gosh. I love animals, period. So they can join the show anytime they want. Their music.
Careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
These two will upstage me any day. Trust me. Bathrobe Moments is one of my favorite things about my life. One of them. I have many things, all things actually, and it's just a nice, unpretentious place for people to meet every morning, to have coffee or whatever it is that your drink of choice in the morning, and just have great conversation with each other, to fulfill the promise that tells us where 2 or more come together, something wonderful will happen. And so we do that every morning, Monday through Friday at 8 a.m. Central, right here on Bathrobe.
And so how do they tune into that? Because I know some people will ask that question. How do they get to it? There are all sorts of ways.
Right. You can download the E360 television app and watch from there. Roku, all kinds of places. That's close to my YouTube channel. Bathrobe Moments Facebook page. It's probably the easiest way to get there. Just type in Bathrobe Moments in your browser, and you should be able to find it. And on all of my subsequent pages of all my social media, I go live simultaneously across the board.
which is so beautiful. And you have so many different guests. So will you talk a little bit about how do you choose your guests and why do you choose to do this full hour live? You don't pre-record them, right? You do them all live.
It is. It's live because it's a conversation, and it's interesting because people always say, at first they're a little, there's a little, you can detect a little trepidation. A whole hour? I don't know what it is that makes people think that their stories can't be captivating for just a short period of time, like an hour. And so, yeah, it's about 50 minutes really by the time the monologue is done and you take out the commercials of conversation. And my guests come to me as referrals from other people who have been on the show. I go out and I look for great stories. I love about Bathrobe Moments is, like in December, I had Celebrity Week 1 week, and the next week, all 5 of my guests were breaking their stories, breaking their silence for the first time ever anywhere. Whereas the week before, we had the White House chef, Andre Rush. We had Dr. Tranquility, and you've seen her on different things, The View and whatnot. And so it was 5 celebrities and then 5 people the next week. And everybody had the same base experience, which is our theme this year is Show Me Your Soul. And I promise to show you mine. And that's what we do. And it's a place where you can be vulnerable, you can be comfortable, and you can ask questions, you can make comments, you're not going to be judged. And we hope that by the end of that hour, we've changed or touched a life, and that you can go and do the same thing.
Yeah.
So I just really love it. It's a great way to start my day, Monday through Friday. I really miss it on the weekends, believe it or not. But
oh, wow. And that's so powerful because, again, any show takes a lot of work and time to, put it together. And I'm so excited because I think it's the best way to start a day is in a happy way, one way or another. I didn't even mean that to rhyme. You could probably put that into one of your song lyrics. You should start.
Okay. Oh, that's now I see where you're going. Okay. Very clever girl. Yeah.
Oh, you bring out the silly in me.
You bring out the yay in me.
Awesome. I love it. Well, I think there's always, like you said, powerful stories that need to be shared that people are afraid to talk about. And I love the fact that you create a safe space for people to really be vulnerable and to share the story, because again, so many of us have stories that we're just not really ready to share, but man, we really need to hear someone who is stepping up and being brave enough to share it, because it connects us. It helps us heal, I think, right?
You're spot on. As always, there's spell of purpose. You are spot on. Absolutely right, Jennifer. What I love about it is I know how dramatically my life changed for the better the moment I stopped pulling down my sleeves, buttoning up everything up to the collar, because I didn't want anyone to see what I perceived as my scars. They may be scars from trauma and hurt and betrayal and abuse and all those things. However, the very first thing that they represent today for me, instead of something that I'm ashamed of or don't want people to know about, today they represent immediate proof of healing. Because if there weren't healing, there would be no scar. And so once I started looking at it like that and embracing my scars, celebrating my scars, I noticed that what is that I see underneath that scar? And the closer I looked through what I now refer to as the third eye of authenticity, which means just your truths. Everything that we lived makes us an authority. As long as we deliver that to the world in its fullness, we shouldn't edit that and give people a version of the truth, because then it's not the truth at all. But underneath every scar, I found waiting for me to give it permission to beat was a heart, the heart of a story. And once we give those hearts permission to beat, we have now started something that provides life. All of us have life because our heart beats. So that heart is going to promote healing in someone else, and they're going to hopefully promote healing with it or through it with someone else. And that's why I love to say, and it throws people off a bit, but when they think about it, they agree. That's why I say the healing should never end.
No.
It should always be in a progression. of moving forward, because the world needs healing every moment of every day. So
I agree with you so much. I think that it's so important. We also realize that there are degrees of healing. I have learned from some of my childhood scars that, every so often something happens that reminds me, and I feel like that scar kind of got ripped open a little bit. And I'm like, oh, I thought that was completely healed. And it's not. It's hurting again. And I realized that again, it heals back over. And then the scar might become a different shape. And sometimes it looks better. And again, I say that figuratively, in that I have learned that my childhood scars, sometimes I do really well communicating, hey, that's an area that I think is not okay. Or it's, that's an area that's really where I'm vulnerable in it. I feel, like it's not okay. And I communicate that. And then all of a sudden someone is not very nice about it. And I realized, wow, we're all on our journey. We're all on our path. As you said, that the scars metaphor, I love, because everybody's healing at a different pace and we're all in degrees of that healing. And sometimes you're not in a place where you can hear it. And sometimes they're not in a place where they can, be helpful in your healing journey. And you need to be okay with the fact that not everybody is going to be at the same place that you are.
No.
And that's okay too.
It's very much okay. And another thing too, which is actually an encouragement piece when you really think about it, is there doesn't always have to be someone there to promote healing on our behalf. As a matter of fact, in most cases, when you need it the most, they're not.
Right.
But the great thing about another great thing about scars is that I know when I see them, not only is there a heart underneath and hopefully beating by now, by telling the story, but also it reminds me that it's okay for me. I have the courage within me now, when I choose to use it, to remember myself to the moment that created the scar, because it is not just an entry point for the scar. It's also an entry point for future blessings. That is the moment many of them come into the stream, if you will. They're born into the process of becoming future blessings. Because how many things do we have today that we look and go, man, when it happened, I thought it was the worst thing in the world. But if I hadn't experienced it, I wouldn't be the authority on it to help people through it today. Right. We can only be an authority on something that we've lived.
And I was just going to say, and if I had a bell, I'd hit my little bell. Bing, bing.
I'll hit it for you.
There you go. Thank you. One of the things that you said in there that was so powerful, and I just want to take a moment to highlight. And I mean, it reminded me of like a firework. It might make me go, oh, is the willingness. When you said to choose, when I choose. Yes. And I think that part of it, being willing to heal, being willing to confront the pain, because again, so many people, go back into their little cocoon. And again, emotionally, they just prefer to pretend that everything's all right. And as you said, with the buttoned up, where nobody can see your scars, instead of being okay with having scars and being okay with the fact that everything's not perfect and it's okay for it not to be perfect, but you have to be willing to, number one, confront, but also willing to get onto the healing journey, like you just said.
Absolutely. And that's a great point you make about perfect. A big piece for a lot of people, a big hurdle, if you will, for a lot of people. Striving to be feeling less than, because that's what you're comparing yourself to, what you believe is perfection, which the only place where that word is outside of truth, because truth is the only thing in the universe that never changes and will never change on us. It's perfectly created in every direction. But when we see the word imperfect, which is really I'm perfect, right, that's where perfect lives, within imperfection. Right. That's uniqueness. That's one of a kind. That is, everything. So it's really interesting. It's a lot of fun, this world, this life, this journey, when we strive for balance in the truth, not words that deceive. There's so many of those that throw so many of us off the path that we need to be on to get to where we need to be. And what I mean by that is, we give credit in a lot of cases where it's not due, and then not giving credit to where it is, including ourselves. We don't give ourselves enough credit for what we know. And then of course you pair that with what the things we don't know. We don't know what we don't know.
Right.
But, a lot of people, a lot of us, myself included, forget that, everything that we've ever done or ever come through has led us to where we're at. Mm-hmm. And it's okay. It's okay to be who you are. But, I find that one of the most encouraging things in my world right now is I don't get up. I'm 58 years old. I don't get up every day thinking I need to write my story using all 26 letters of the alphabet as if I've got them all laid out like those refrigerator magnet ones.
Right.
No, I have so much value and gratitude in my life today that I can get up every day now for the rest of my life and just seek an E and an R. Yeah. Because if you're nice, look for a way to become nicer.
Yes.
If something is great, is there a way this could become greater? So you only need to look for an E and an R and put it on the things that are right, that you embrace and celebrate from day to day, from moment to moment. But then you got to remember too, where the ER comes, if it's going to be greater, nicer, smarter, that means you're going to have the RE, the ER reversed on the front end, more responsibility, more people needing what you have, more everything. So you get the MORE and you get the ER to stick on everything you already have. And it makes it so much more pleasant. It makes it easy to embrace the adage of count it all joy. How do you do that? Sometimes we ask ourselves, but you just have to remember, well, I remember when I said that about this thing, but look at it today. Look at me today.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known this if I hadn't lived that. So there it is.
I think that's so beautiful. Oh, Loren, I feel so blessed to have you with us today. And I love the fact that the ER, those things are something that I think all of us, even when we fall down and we have a bad day, we think about, okay, so tomorrow is a new day and I can be ER, nicer, or whatever
Stronger.
It is. Stronger, eat better.
Right.
Whatever that is, and to be okay. Like, I know that every so often I beat myself up about something that I didn't communicate with somebody that I really wanted to, but for whatever reason, I didn't get a chance to. And I think it's really important to realize that, again, every day is a new day. And we always get that choice that you talked about, to be better, to be nicer, to smile more, to be, I think the ER, the yay, that's more yays in your day.
That's a choice. And even that is simplistic.
Yeah.
It really is, because there's really only two choices. The one we make and the one we did not or could not.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it. But even when you make a choice that could not have been, it may not have been the best, it could have been better, at least you chose. See, a lot of people stay in the middle. They don't do anything.
Yep.
Deer in the headlights, and even, Farmer's Almanac says, don't put one foot on either side of the fence. You're going to, right down the middle. The Bible says, don't be lukewarm, be hot or cold. What we're being instructed or encouraged to do is choose.
Yep.
We're all in this world right now for one purpose, to choose for ourselves.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's so powerful to choose. And I think what you just said, that's important, because it's certainty. Anytime you're stuck on a maybe, like you talked about the fence could be quite dangerous. Anytime you're stuck on the fence, that fence is dangerous for all sorts of things. And I just think I love that. That's a perfect way to say. So I know we're just about out of time. Oh, Loren, I love having you because I love your attitude and you have amazing truths. And as you said, we know truth. All of us recognize it. And I think it's one of the reasons that you are such a rock star. And I love that you're continuing to, you shared with me something we won't share, but oh my gosh, you're continuing to get more places. And I'm so excited for you. And again, I just want people to tune in. If you go to Facebook, you can tune into Bathrobe Moments. And again, you'll even see mine on there. Because I love coming, and I love, Loren, all the things that you do. And you just let me know how I can support you, because I love what you're doing.
You've just been, like I say, every time your name comes up, big ball of energy.
Yay!
You're a little bitty person, a big ball of energy, and I just love it. And you are truly, truly special. You really are. And I mean that in the most loving way. Not when they used to say, well, you know, Loren, he's a little special. You know?
You mean like the short bus special?
Yes.
And the corner special.
All the tricks that try to get us away from who we really are, but that's okay.
Exactly. And that's the most important part, is to, like you said, acknowledge the things that you are good at, and acknowledge you are where you are. And it's okay to be in the middle of the process, because we're all in the middle of the process.
The process means that something is happening. Yeah. That's what you want. You know, when you don't go for the flat line life. I want smooth sailing. That's a flat line. A flat line is proof that there is no life.
Yeah.
Embrace and relish the ups and the downs. It means that there's a pulse to your journey.
We used to always say that with real estate deals. A lot of times the new agents that come in and they say, why are there all these problems in real estate deals? And I laughed and said, what do you think you get paid for? You get paid to solve all the issues that come in, and you get an opportunity. I know you like opportunities, an opportunity to be creative of how you're going to solve it. Sometimes it's a little tricky, but that's like anything else in life.
That's right.
It's going to be a little tricky. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to be creative.
The most memorable, our fondest memories come from those. Wow, I'll never forget that one. Man, was that one I didn't see coming. Right. So, hey, count it all joy. Count it all joy.
Count it all joy. Loren Michaels Harris, you're a rock star, and I thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you. Thank you.
See you soon. God bless
you. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Jack Canfield. You may know me as the co-author of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series. And if you want more help in getting from where you are to where you want to be, I want to encourage you to listen to the Jennifer Hammond Show